Welcome back to day 8 of me trying to get on Taskmaster New Zealand. Now, what we'll be doing today? A task, perhaps? No, I bet all of you thought that we were going to be doing a task today, but no, we will be baking brownies. Why, you may ask? Because if I get invited on the show, I will bake brownies for everyone. So, Jeremy Wells, Paul, the other contestants, and all the people behind the scenes, the camera crew, all that. I will bake brownies for all of them if I get invited on the show. So, I will show everybody the brownies they could be enjoying if they invite me on the show. So, let's go bake some brownies. Okay, we're ready to bake brownies. So I have all my ingredients here. I will be using the brownie recipe by Preppy Kitchen. I think his name is John. But Preppy Kitchen, I love him so much. He's just a comforting person to watch, and all his recipes are usually pretty good. So, use him, and if the brownies turn out bad, it's my fault. The recipe he makes is good. It's just me. I'm the issue. Hi, it's me. The problem, it's me. Okay, we're gonna call this segment Christina's Baking Chaos. Because I have ADHD, in case people couldn't tell. So, multi-step things is what I'm really good at. So let's start making some brownies. So, it says preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's Fahrenheit. What's that in Celsius? 350, okay. It is 176.667. If any of you do 6-7, when I say that, disappointment. Okay, 176 degrees. So I guess let's call that 175. Okay, oven is preheating. Lightly grease an 8-inch baking pan with baking spray and line it with parchment paper. So here's my pan. I don't have baking spray. I don't think. No, but I have parchment paper, so it should be fine. There's my baking paper. So, that should be good. Ignore my terrible ripping job, okay? It's fine. Everything's fine. It's not going poorly already. Okay. That's probably why he greased it to make it stay. But it's okay. I'll put brownie batter in and then it will stay. So, set that aside. Now, in a large microwave-safe bowl, melt the butter in the microwave until fully melted. Okay. How much butter? 1 cup unsalted butter, which is 226 grams. So I don't have a scale. I ordered one online a bit ago, but hasn't arrived yet. But this has 50 gram increments on it. 100, 150, 200. Do a little mark there. And because it's 226, but I've actually used some of the butter, so it's not exactly at the 50 gram mark, so I'll call that good. Let's say this is enough butter. So, cut the butter. All that's stuck to the butter. Which is kind of ironic because we use butter to make things not sticky and make sure things don't stick to it. Okay. There's my butter slab, which we will call is 226 grams. If there's any bakers watching this, stop now. Because everybody's like, oh, baking's a science. Baking's a science. And then I come in and I'm like, well, it's close enough. Does it need to be exactly 226 grams? Who knows? Do we think this is 200 grams of butter? I hope so. It feels like a lot of butter because it's a cup of butter, so. This is probably why I didn't fail chemistry. I barely passed. And titration was terrible. And because I have an American audience, At least that's what YouTube says. I don't know how accurate that is. Do you guys do titration? If you guys don't know what titration is, basically you have like, I don't know how to describe it. You have like a tube and then some like, I don't even remember what chemical you put in. You have one chemical here and then you have a little chemical here and you like slowly have to drip it in and then you stop when it gets to like this perfect pink color, and if it's too dark you failed. And then when you were doing it for the exam you had like exactly 1 hour and it was terrible and I hated it, and one girl in my class started crying and I was like, yeah, I didn't cry that day in chemistry, I cried another day. But yeah, so this is not going to be perfect, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll taste delicious. Okay, so I've kind of chopped up my butter into smaller chunks to hopefully melt it more. So butter melted. Now what? Add sugar and cocoa. Whisk vigorously for 30 seconds. Whisk in the eggs, vanilla, and salt. Let's focus on add the sugar and cocoa. How much sugar do I need? 2 cups granulated sugar. I'll say that's not really full all the way. Well, I might have to do, let's get a little mini scooper and then just pour that on. Okay, that's about a cup. That's 1 cup of sugar. 2 cups granulated sugar. That feels like a lot of sugar, but also brownies are sweet, so never deviate from the recipe. Otherwise, it will turn out bad. Okay, so that's almost a cup. Get my little 1/8 cup. I actually use my little 1/8 cup to water my plants, or my little succulents. They're over there.
So here's my succulents. On the left, we have Paul. In the middle, we have little Alex Horn, obviously, because that's the smallest plant. And then on the right, we have Greg Davis. I don't have a Jeremy Wells because I only have 3 succulent plants. But if Jeremy Wells invites me on to Taskmaster New Zealand, I will get another succulent plant and name it after him.
I'm making a lot of promises. Like, I'm going to bake brownies. I'm going to get a succulent. I mean, you should keep track of all the promises I'm making. Okay, 2 cups granulated sugar. Done. Yes, I know there's sugar on my counter. I'm going to wipe it after I'm done because I will spill more things. And then cocoa powder. Or I assume this is, yeah, cocoa powder. It says 3/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder. Wow. And maybe if I cut a nice little triangle hole, I can just pour it into the cup nicely, and then that way I don't have to do the awkward scooping. And then, ooh, like, I think bakers usually recommend sifting this, but I'm lazy, so maybe I should do this over a bowl. Hold on. Oh, look at me. Oh, yes. Then I'm not spilling on my counter. I'm a genius. Ooh, hold on. Okay. That way it's collecting all the little extra bits. Okay, we'll call that 1/4 of a cup. And I need 3 of these. Maybe my bowl isn't big enough for this. Whoops. Well, and this is 3. I hope. Yeah, this is 3. If I watch this back and this isn't 3, it's gonna be very sad. Okay. Call that 3. Okay. I said to whisk it, right? Add sugar and cocoa. Whisk vigorously for 30 seconds. So I have a whisk. Well, I can't be vigorous right now because otherwise it's gonna go everywhere, just like that. So I'm gonna move my computer back just slightly. Just. We'll say that's whisked enough. Whisk in the eggs, vanilla, and salt. How many eggs? I think there's 3. Yes, 3 large eggs. I already got my eggs out. 3 eggs. 1, 2. Ooh, I spilled that all over the counter. That's okay, we'll wipe it up. 3. Wash my hands because we don't want salmonella. Well, move that. And then with this, I'll wipe up the egg I spilled on the counter. So I can crack eggs. Can't like some people do it like one-handed. I don't think I can. Well, it's too late to try now, so guess we'll never know. Maybe next time I'm baking something, just try to do it one-handed, but I feel like that's gonna go worse than this did. I'm gonna have a whole egg on the counter instead of just a little bit. Quickly rinse my hands. Make sure there's not chemicals on it, because chemical brownies aren't good. Said eggs, vanilla, and salt. Oh, my vanilla, I didn't get that out. How much vanilla? 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. Okay. 1 tablespoon. Done. Yes, it's vanilla flavored essence. Because we don't have money for pure vanilla bean extract. 1 teaspoon salt. One time I was making pizza dough and it called for a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of oil, but I mixed it up and read it as 1 tablespoon salt. I realized after I added it, and so I was able to kind of like take some off. It was still very salty and I basically made Play-Doh. But it's okay. I still ate it and yeah, but I basically made Play-Doh. So that wasn't good. Okay, whisk in all this. This is whisked in. Well, I think the next bit is adding flour. Yeah, add the flour. I'll get a plate for that because I'm gonna use a spatula for the flour because otherwise it's gonna get all caught up in the whisk and it's gonna be terrible. How much flour is it? 1 cup all-purpose flour. Maybe if I use a 1/2 cup, it'll fit better. And then, yeah, because flour needs to be precise, I think. Probably. I mean, all of it needs to be precise. But that there. This here, so this is 1/2 cup. So I'll do 2 of them to get 1 cup flour. Look at me go. Doing math. I'll call that about a 1/2 cup. So that's 1. And then do 1 more. Ooh, oh no. 2, so that's 1 cup flour. Oh, does it not call for baking soda or baking flour? Oh no, because that makes it rise, and we don't want brownies to rise. So I got those out, but that's okay, we're not using them. Oh, and also says to mix in chocolate chips, but I don't have chocolate chips. Like, one thing I miss about the States is that, like, you could just get big bags of chocolate chips, but over here, they're tiny bags, and they're expensive. And I also don't have a bar of chocolate. So these aren't gonna have any chocolate chips, or chocolate, or added chocolate. I guess it has the cocoa powder, which is kind of sad, but that's okay. They won't get the sides. And see, I know how to bake. And then make sure there's not chunks hiding at the bottom. I've had that happen before. Yeah, there's a chunk. Okay, I think these are good enough. Okay, so now I'm pour it in the pan and then bake it. So, pan, batter, I've got most of the brown batter out. So now I'm gonna spread it out. Okay, we'll say that's good. We'll go. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna trim the top of the parchment paper. I'm gonna go set a timer and okay. Start a 35-minute timer. So I'll see you back after they're done baking. Okay, so my brownies finished baking. I've let them rest cool down for a bit, and I put them in the fridge a little bit. So now they look pretty good. So all I gotta do now is cut them, and yeah. I'm gonna bring these to a friend's party that I have this afternoon, and I think she'll like them. So how do I want to cut this? Do I want to do it in the pan or out of the pan? Maybe out of the pan because it'd be easier. So here's a cutting board. And yeah, I know I didn't post a video yesterday. I was busy and didn't have time to. This whole like influencing comedian thing is really like a full-time job, except I'm not getting paid and I'm doing it because I want to. Most of the time. But yeah, I was just very busy, so I didn't have time. So today, we'll post this. This will come up. This will be posted today. I am determined. The edges is crumbling. The edges are crumbling a little bit, but that's okay. I'll eat the bad bits and I'll take the ones that look good to my friend's party. They're all kind of different sizes. Okay, it's very crumbly. Well, I cut it, so I might just put it back in the fridge and let it cool down a lot more. And then, yeah. Put it there. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge and let it cool down a lot more. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know today wasn't a task, but baking's fun. And yeah, hopefully Jeremy Wells, I think these look pretty good. So hopefully Jeremy Wells would like them. Because you can't smell them, but they smell pretty good and chocolatey. So, bye.